Good afternoon, and thank you for being here this afternoon. Regrettably, the circumstances we are here to discuss are very disturbing. We have friends from the House and the Senate here. We'd like to thank them for standing up for Iowa's workers. Thank you very much. I think a standing ovation for our friends was very appropriate. They stood for us and stood strong in difficult circumstances. My name is Ken Sager. I'm president of the Iowa AFL-CIO. Today we have seen the impact of large out-of-state donor dollars and what it can do in terms of influencing Iowa working families. Today, Americans for Poverty have won the day. Their overseer has ushered the money into the state, and today the payment came due. That payment was in the form of votes against Iowa, its workers, and its future. But that is simply the beginning. We've seen other bills and will see other bills that will follow this similar fast track, a track that really allows no input from Iowans. We can see the results of this radical new agenda already, with more than $100 million in budget cuts that have caused the closure of correction facilities and the loss of services to Iowans across this state. These cuts are eerily similar to the amount of tax cuts and incentives that corporate donors have received. The mockery of our legislative process, the disregard for Iowa citizens and workers, and the rise of secret committees to do the public policy of Iowa makes today a memorable day in the proud progressive history of Iowa. Our liberties we prize, our rights we will defend. This proud motto has been discarded today. We'll have to wait for the Koch brothers to supply the new motto and make sure the majority party will oblige. We did not start this fight. We do not want this fight, but we will not give up on this fight for the rights and lives of working Iowans, and we ask you to join us in this struggle. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shannon Miller, and I'm the wife of West Point Officer Sean Miller, who died in the line of duty last year. My husband was a police officer for over 20 years. During those 20 years, Sean was actively involved as a Teamster Union Steward and was chief union steward for the city of West Des Moines. At the police department at the time of his death. While serving as a union steward and a police officer, Sean never decided personally who he served or protected. He protected and served everyone. I'm very disillusioned and disappointed in our legislature. By choosing who receives protection, we are creating an uneven playing field and limiting a voice in their workplace. Shame on Senator Zahn, shame on the Republicans, and shame on everyone who voted for this, as it is a disservice to all public employees, especially those in public safety. Laws like this are not fair. They do not treat all Iowans or employees with the respect and aren't worth the risk of our public employees take every day in serving our communities. Legislatures should be ashamed of themselves for their actions and any implications by Senator Zahn that this bill somehow honors and respects police and fire cannot be more wrong. Iowa deserves better and will do better when we vote again in November. Yes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I think. My name is Tammy Morrow. I'm the president of the Iowa State Education Association. We were called a lot of things tonight, but the teachers union, that's what I heard the most. I am joined in here with a lot of people in the same state of mind as I am. Our House members were fighting diligently yesterday, and when they went home, they didn't sleep. I stayed all night with the Senate, and they fought the bravest fight. And they were eloquent, and they were wise, and they were full of heart. And I stayed all night because I can't wait to tell my 34,000 members everything, not only that I heard last night, but that I felt in that room. It was a room full of history I didn't want to be a part of, but history that everyone in this room is a part of. And we will tell our children and our grandchildren about this day. But Shelley going in front of me, Asmi going behind me, all of my brothers and sisters in that NFL, we are united. And we are stronger because of what gift they have given us, which is a fight we are ready to fight in a way we were never ready to fight before, but we are united. My membership grew last night in a contract situation. In one of the few locals that doesn't have a contract negotiated yet. So it wasn't because of that. We have 140 new contracts since this bill dropped. That tells me superintendents, school boards are on our side. You know what a 2-year agreement gives us? It gives us November of 2018. All right.
Good afternoon, my name is Dan Holman. I am proud president of Asmi Iowa Council 61. First of all, I want to apologize to all the legislators for not being here last night and today. Last night I had to leave to drive to Luster Heights, the facility that the DOC runs there. Because of the de-appropriation bill, DOC is shutting down one of the most effective facilities that they have in how to give inmates a skill to reincorporate back into the community. There are 13, I believe it was, men that work up there that are now being involuntarily transferred down to the Anamosa State Penitentiary. And most of them have never worked inside the walls. They've always worked at the facility. So they wanted to meet with me, so I left here last night and had a nice, lovely drive across the state as Morgan and Maisie were texting me about all the craziness. And I found out that last night I'm a lot of things. I found out Brad Zahn don't like me. I found out that Don Pettengill don't like me. And I've really been good through all of this. I mean, I've stayed away from town halls and forums because I didn't want to get in a fight with any of them. But they have now insulted the 180,000 members of labor unions in this state and the 40,000 folks that we represent. Because they created this bill behind closed doors. You know, I found that out last night. That Mr. Schultz, who claimed he had met with me, and I introduced myself to him, I believe it was on Monday. Some of you may have heard it. I thought it'd be nice that I at least he knew who I was, since I've never met with him before. That he was holding closed door meetings. Not with us, not with any of you in this room, but with his people and with Ken called them poverty. I have a different name for him. It begins with P and it's something to do with the rear end. Okay? Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take this country, this state, backward. Right? They're trying to return us back 100 years. Labor members, union members in this state have nothing to be ashamed of. My members have taken 2-year wage freezes. We have taken no across-the-board increases. We have done a multitude of things to try and help this state out. We also just finished up a vote that I'm not going to announce yet because I don't want them to use that in this process against our union to give up a 1.25% pay increase. But this battle is not over. This war is not over. We will, Ask Me Iowa Council 61, will be filing either later today or tomorrow a lawsuit claiming that this law is unconstitutional. I believe this law is extremely unconstitutional because it pits employees within state government against each other. Some are in, some are out, some are brothers and sisters and the Teamsters, you know. If you're a policeman or a fireman or the firefighters, if you're a policeman or a firefighter, somehow you have more risks on your job than a correctional officer has. I call that bullshit. My members get beat up every day. I apologize for the French. I am tired of this state denigrating the professionalism of a correctional officer who walks into a cell house every day not knowing how they're going to walk out, or a probation and parole officer or a residential officer who has to supervise people who are not ready to be in the community. And the only reason we kicked them out of the prisons is because we don't have enough staff to properly staff them, so we got to get inmates out in the community and expose all of you because they're not ready to be there. And that's what they're doing. Because they're going to do that at Corenda, and they're going to do that at John Bennett, the other two facilities that are being closed, because we don't got enough room in the inn for them. So we're going to kick a certain number of those out on probation. And our probation and parole officers in this state are going to have to deal with people that are not ready to be there yet. That's the sad thing. And I don't know what DHS is going to do yet to cover $22 million shortfall. I don't know how they do that. Are we going to close more facilities and take us further down that rat hole of not being able to provide mental health treatment in this state? I hope not, because we can't get any lower than we are today. So, the very interesting thing that I found out at bargaining, because I was bargaining with the state of Iowa on Monday, if you want to call it that. And one of my members told me that a certain senator in the Iowa Senate, and I can't remember his name. Who was it? Did I send it to you, Maisie? I don't care, I'll call him out. Who was it? Bill Guth? Senator Guth said at a forum, he didn't know what this bill was about, but he was voting for it because it was his goodbye present to Terry Branstad. Well, I'm giving Terry a different present tomorrow. I'm giving him a lawsuit. All right. Yes. This has been payback against, I guess, me and this union that I represent, because we're not taking a back seat, and we haven't bent over and let Terry do whatever he wanted to do to us. We've told him no more times than I care to count. We've gone to arbitration over the contract over health insurance. We've sued him 3 times, I guess now 4. And we're going to continue to fight this, because I believe an injury to one is an injury to all. And if getting rid of this bill helps every other labor union in this state, then I'm all for that. You know, we will continue to fight. I've kind of changed it. I started out Monday when I spoke, or Tuesday, whatever day it was, that we will fight, we will survive, and we will rebuild. No, it's we must fight. We must survive. And we must rebuild for the citizens of this state, because without the labor movement, everybody in this state is going to suffer. I'm sorry, it's not only us that's going to suffer. everybody in this state's gonna suffer. We will fight, and we must. And I'm gonna continue to do that as long as I sit in the chair I am, and I wanna thank the senators and the House members who fought, and dirty pool, to time certain the Senate. Never been done before. But if that's the level that Mr. Dix wants to go to, we get it, we understand it, and God help them in November of 2018. Thank you.